I made my intro. By 2020, I was kicking hoes, though. Was getting depressed by 2021. Hoes did all that talking, but couldn't get it done. By 2022, I holler, fuck all these hoes. Had these bitches running like a drippy coke of nose. Now it's 23, and I'm still undefeated. The way I run that game, poor please thinking that I cheated. 100% pure beat. Ain't no cutting me. 100% pure beat. What the fuck you mean? 100% pure beat. Yeah, I'm born and bred. 100% pure beat. You heard what I said.
Man, they coming out all this shit, this shit, this phony shit. I'm 100% pure beat.
Bitches starting to act like a flock of vegan sheep. All this making and frontin', what happened to the beat? Mopies playing like kids hide and seek. Complaining that I go too hard, they call the boys on me. Forensics had to tape it off, they called it emergency. Bagged up all the evidence, trying to build a case on me. Sent it off for testing, yeah, they got my DNA. But I ain't even tripping, cause the results gon' say I'm 100% pure beat. Qualified by pedigree, 100% pure beat. Certified by the street, 100% pure beat. Yeah, I'm born and bred, 100% pure beat. You heard what I said.
Yeah, but it's really like born in the pink. 100% pure beat. Pure point blank. demetralitALLday. Rock around, pound for pound. Showing y'all how I boogie down.
Hello and welcome back to Lit Lane. I am demetralitALLday, sole proprietor of the demetralitALLday channel. And child, I must be all the way out the algorithm or something, but baby, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Let's see. Because I see the sector back on some shit that I am not interested in, which that's fine. I ain't no problem with that at all. But I decided to take me the weekend. Yeah, I decided to take the weekend and do what I needed to do for me, which was Friday and Saturday chill. Chill. Friday and Saturday. Chill hard. Friday and Saturday. And then today, the same type of deal, and get this documentary out on my other channel, which I wanted to come over here and discuss and watch with you guys. Let me see. So good evening. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Hey, Winter. I didn't give y'all a chance to watch. Well, I want to be able to discuss the documentary and actually have a discussion about it. And what I wanted to do was, I thought I was gonna be able to premiere it on both channels and be able to do like a live discussion here because it's interesting. And I don't know, that's what I was thinking, but I couldn't do it that way. So I premiered it over there. And it's gonna do what it's supposed to do on my crime channel. But I kind of wanted to I also wanted to have a live discussion about it and talk about it, because it's very interesting. And then seeing how the sector into all this, I don't know. Child, I don't know. So I hope y'all had a good weekend. I don't know what the fuck going on. Don't forget about getting your Lit Lane merches on my homepage. All of the designs on all the coffee mugs look absolutely fabulous. I gotta download the picture. My Pit Crew moderator Diamond Forever sent me from her mug. She got the Lit Lane Pit Crew mug and it looks so good. She got this one. And she sent me a picture of it when she got it, and it looks just like that. It is so pretty. I love these mugs from that company, the graphics and stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted to kind of watch it and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on, child. Apparently, the whole talk about is that Lemon is gay. Kudos. Who didn't think he was gay? If you didn't think he was gay, good. Haven't you been fighting that rumor and stuff? I mean, it is what it is, child. I say, well, thank God for that, because it forces me to be more, not forcing me, but it gives me a good start into this next month, February. into this new month, February, on my trial watch without any distractions. Yeah, I was just so thrown off when I found out that my trial, the state of Florida versus Tasha Martin, that I've been gearing up for like 2 months. When I found out that the lady had pled guilty, she took a plea deal, I think that just put me down for the count. I ain't gonna even lie. Friday, when I found that out Friday morning, I was devastated, okay? I was absolutely devastated. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, what about all my research? What about all my stuff? What about like it's all about me? So that kind of devastated me and put me in a state of just like frozenness for a minute. All like Friday, I was just like over it. I just really was. But things like that happen, and when you're following trials and stuff, different stuff happen, plea deals, all kind of stuff. So, hey, what I'll do with that, all that work and stuff and research I did for the Tasha Martin case out of Florida, I'm simply gonna flip it into a true crime documentary. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use all my research, all my stuff, and instead of having it like for live and stuff like that, I'll have it and narrate it and put it together like a true crime documentary. Boom. And that's that. You know, so I've been trying to figure out like what the hell I'm gonna do for tomorrow for the trial. Winter, what trial were you talking about? You asked me the other day, would I take suggestions? What suggestion did you have? Because the Killer Son trial, I don't think it's not real trial watch good material. They do too much. He not in the court. They don't show the stuff, the exhibits and the evidence and stuff. I was thinking, hey, Room Shakem. I was thinking to cover the hey 2300. I was thinking about covering the my intentions for tomorrow is to come and start covering the what's his name? The wife murder trial, the Cemetellis or whatever their name is, that was on 2020. I figured I was gonna cover that because there's money, mystery, adulteries, all that type of stuff. Room Shake, I've been seeing you, girl, on the thing, on the platforms and stuff. I ain't really just kind of keeping up. The good thing is that Lady Nika has gone on hiatus, and you know it's good. It's good, you know. Unless she has to come out here to make the money to do the bills and stuff, she is real good for her to take some time off. For real. Take some time, recuperate, touch some grass, you know, think outside of this shit and get a break. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, the cynical one, nothing's wrong with that. Nothing. Hey, number one caller, thank you. Thank you. So, you guys, if y'all interested, I hope you are. I want to show you guys. How you running? I want to show you guys my true crime documentary. It's actually uploaded on my crime page, but I wanted to put it up and let you guys see it over here and to actually discuss it in the live version. So, I'm going to show it over here. Okay? And hopefully, maybe y'all be interested and we can have a talk about it. Of Stephen Clancy Hill. And let me let y'all check out this is not some sort of documentary I did. And just as a intro or opener to it, I was talking about this stuff. Hey, Charles, I was talking about this type of stuff over on Brianna channel when we was talking about the mopes and the porno stars and all that kind of stuff. And we was talking about the orgies and gangbangs. I hit the link and it was like, well, how you know all this stuff about that? It's because I was in the middle of creating this documentary and I did the research. So without further ado, I want to show this to you guys and hopefully we kind of discuss it because I find it to be interesting. Hey, Deanna. So check this out. This is the only place. Thank you, 2300. This is the only place you're going to catch this true crime story in full details of what happened. Is nowhere else on YouTube. Summer Rush Sports and mental instability. What do you get when you mix porn, Summer Rush Sports, and mental instability. No, this is not some sort of knock knock joke, as some of you are probably thinking. Instead, it is the incredulous story of Stephen Clancy Hill. On May 8, 1976, born to an interracial family where his mother was black and his father was white, the family resided near the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where his father worked. Stephen Clancy Hill was the youngest of four sons the couple shared. When the family broke apart due to divorce, Stephen found himself struggling to adjust. He was slight in frame and most often described as a troubled, nerdy sort, whom being bullied was a regular occurrence. In an effort to better defend himself, young Stephen would begin to take martial arts classes. This gave the once frightened and insecure young man a sense of confidence, while at the same time awakening an unhealthy fascination with sports and weapons, all of which will come into play in this truly chilling story. Hill would eventually finish high school and go to the University of Maryland, where he majored in economics. Often an underwhelming student, Hill found himself in big trouble with the law in an event that would later be recalled as what should have been a warning sign of things to come. Nevertheless, after failing to take a test, Stephen approached the course teacher aide and demanded that he give him an A. When that request was met by a no, Stephen Hill promptly flashed a gun and asked, "What is more important to you, giving me an A or your life?" He went on to say that his family had mob ties and that the aide would find himself chopped into little pieces. Thankfully, the aide escaped unharmed and reported the exchange to the authorities. Hill would be arrested a few days later in a traffic stop. A loaded gun and 3 full magazines were recovered from the vehicle. At the trial, Hill admitted to the threat to the instructor, but claimed that it was only after he had been requested to perform oral sex on the accuser. Now, this, of course, was denied by the victim. Though we will never know where the truth lies in this, what is factual is that Stephen was found guilty and sentenced to serve in prison. But this would later be amended, and instead, he ended up serving an 18-month house arrest sentence. While locked up inside his home, a new obsession would be nurtured in the form of pornography. Stephen Hill spent most of his time watching this stuff, and once his confinement was up, he was determined to pursue his aspirations to become the next big star of this digital sex industry. So he made the big move to the San Fernando Valley of California, which at the time was considered the porn hub of the industry. Stephen Clancy Hill would now be known by his self-given stage name, Steve Driver. He found himself not at the top of the tawdry industry, but instead at what was deemed the very bottom. He would be labeled as a mope. Mopes were basically the hanger-ons, the fill-ins, the extras. Making $50 a day would be considered top dollar for these actors. Now Steve Driver, remember his porn name, was unfazed by the reality of his circumstances and position. He set upon standing out in the crowd of mopes. In fact, Steve would often appear in scenes wearing costume monster hands. He considered this his signature, much to the chagrin of castmates and directors alike. Very early on, he met and partnered up with another wannabe adult star, Tom Dong. The two formed a tight union and began to market themselves as a sort of Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker team of the adult film industry. Dong, whose real name was Herbert Hen Wong, would eventually get them in with the Ultima Studio, where in addition to the small pay for doing menial tasks around the place, they would also be provided room and board. So they did the scrub work, but both would eagerly jump at the chance to be called to act, or should I say perform, in the scenes. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, The studio found his attitude and personality aggressive, his hygiene lacking, and his performance, well, let's just say lackluster. So in May of 2010, studio owner Eric Jober would make what was to become a fatal decision to fire Steve and evict him from the premises. The eviction deadline came and went, yet Driver was still there, holding on to some sort of misguided dream of still being the star he was convinced he was meant to be. On June 1st, the task fell to studio manager Christopher Rochelle to finally get Steve off the premises. The situation quickly escalated. Steve attacked Rochelle brutally with a samurai sword that was kept around the studio as a prop. It was quickly realized that the normally dull, safe prop had been modified by Steve, who had sharpened it to the point of being a dangerous weapon. As the bloody fight between Steve and Rochelle ensued, two others heard the commotion and, of course, came to assist and try to stop the altercation. One was Steve's friend slash partner, Tom Dong. Tom Dong would suffer the worst of the violence and rage that day. Hill wielded the sword masterfully and injured Dong multiple times before fatally stabbing Dong in the midsection. Tom Dong would be the only one to lose his life that day, while the other two victims sustained major injuries but was able to eventually recover. Steve fled the scene in his SUV and went on a run for several days. A $2,000 reward was issued by the Ultima Studio for any info that would lead to his capture and arrest. So it was no surprise when he was reported to have been seen and was soon discovered holding up in a residence in the West Hills area. Somehow he escaped from the house and headed up to a nearby cliff, all the while brandishing the sword and threatening to harm himself or worse, others. What would follow is unbelievable. There will be a 9-hour standoff between a SWAT team and a now frantic and desperate Steve Hill. When officers eventually tased Hill, instead of relinquishing his weapon and himself, as the police had hoped, he jumped off the cliff's edge and fell over 40 feet to the bottom. Although he was rushed to the hospital, Steve Hill succumbed to his injuries and died. Ironically, after all of this, both Steve Driver, born Stephen Hill, and Tom Dong would rise to somewhat notoriety due to this tragic tale. So again, what do you get when you mix porn, samurai swords, and mental instability? Stephen Hill and his chopped and screwed true crime story. Okay, so hey everybody. Thank y'all for allowing me to let me tell y'all, as being a content creator, it's I know on my true crime channel it's small and it's growing, but it's ego as well, right? So it kind of like healed my ego. Me and Tiki was over there POP holding it down, baby, right? But y'all already know, hey Lou, it wasn't nowhere in the world I was gonna do a premiere over there, which is great. Thank y'all for the support. And not had nobody see my stuff I work on forever. Okay. So that's why I came over here in front of 20-something people and let y'all see my work. That's just the content creator in me. That's the ego drivenness in me, right? Thank you, Miss Me. I wanted to see how y'all react to it. Did you get interested in the story? This is a true life story. Obviously, it's a true crime documentary, and the story is not really told. When you look on YouTube, if you put in Stephen Driver or Stephen Hill, you're not going to find this true crime documentary. You're going to find like a couple of little clips And that's it. So I'm very proud of my work. I'm proud of the story. And Trish kind of hit it on the head when she said he looked kind of like a fruit. Thank you. He was not gay. He never said he was gay. But the relationship he formed with Tom Dong was very questionable. They was best friends. They did their work together in these scenes, the porn industry, right? Girl, geez, I'm hot fake and flip flopping. Hey, Silky, I'm hot fake and flip flopping. When I literally listened to you on the replay on Lemons, telling the first time you told the story about what happened, I literally gave you credit for really having a trip. I literally said, okay, that makes sense. I literally was saying everything. And I only called out a couple of things that was funny. I'm not a flip flopper. You so goofy, but thank you. But anywho, with this guy, with Steve Driver and his Tom Dong, it was questions of, was he homosexual? Right? And he was, even though he was in this sex field, he was in this heterosexual, sex-driven, sex-led. It don't get more sexual than the porn industry, right? It don't get any more sexual than doing actual porn. He was in the porn industry, but yet his sexuality was questioned. And because of it being questioned, and because of him feeling ridiculed, and because of him feeling like overlooked, these things drove him to a point of insanity. It drove him to the point where he took out this sword and started like literally trying to kill everybody. He killed his best friend. And at the end there, that's actual pictures of him on that cliff. He jumped off the cliff. So I find that to be just very interesting. And I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys, and see what y'all thought about it, because this is the type of stuff, the type of content that I really like to do. I like to do all this, but quite honestly, I really love putting together my original little productions, right? My little original little stuff, right? So I plan on doing a lot more of it. Like I was stating, I was supposed to be starting to cover the trial tomorrow, the Tyshell Martin trial out of Florida, where the lady had sicked her Rockwaller, 103-pound Rockwaller, on a 9-year-old girl, Jamaria Sessions, and then Jamaria died, unfortunately. So that trial was supposed to start tomorrow, but she took a plea deal. So it's not going to start, obviously. So I'm going to just take all my research and all my everything that I had to follow that trial. I'm going to make a true crime documentary out of that. And I guess tomorrow we still going to meet up on Trial Watch with Demetra. We still going to do our daytime court. I'm thinking that we're going to cover that, I can't remember what they calling it. But anywho, just check it out over there. I just say, you never know what happened. How this ties into the beef sector, right? Let me do a little bit of a tie into the beef sector. From what I can gather, it's this whole deal about pushing Lemon out the closet, pushing them back in the closet. I don't know. However, you never know, really, truthfully, how something is impacting somebody, right? And that's the reality. People can smile. People can take it like on the chin. They can seemingly be unbothered by it. They can seemingly be unfazed by stuff. But you never really truthfully know what's going on in somebody's head. You never know how they really taking things or how it's truly affecting them. And being in these positions of social media, a lot of times you got to come out and still show face. You feel like you have to, right? And because it's a business, and because you do generate monies and things like that, you kind of do have to come out and just bear it, right? Until you can kind of ease off and lick your wounds. I'm not making a victim out of Lemon at all, but what I am cognizant of, what I'm aware of, just being me and just knowing for myself how I felt in different times and stuff, right? I can sit here and smile. I can sit here and laugh. I can sit here and drag. I can sit here and do all that shit and put on a good face at different times, but on the inside, be told to fuck up, be fucked up, right? And just have to get through that moment in time and then try to go ahead and recover from it. So I hope he do what he have to do for him. I hope he just be honest with him. He don't owe nobody on here nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Because nobody gonna, hey, B. Lachey, ain't nobody gonna think no differently than what they already think. If you think he gay, you gonna still think he gay. It don't matter if he show you a video of him in some coochie. You gonna still think he gay. If you don't think he gay, you think he's straight, you gonna still love him and throw your panties at him. It's content. It's not something I'm personally interested in. You know, I'm just not personally interested in it. So I won't be following that storyline, you know. I'm not interested. Yeah, you know, let me tell y'all, the hardest time I had on here, believe it or not, one of the hardest times I had on here, in spite of 1,000 things I done been through on this YouTube, a million things. Me and Eddie at the top of it, us doing our shit on here, me breaking down and going through my drunkenness, me going through my recovery, all that shit. The top of the top now for me, for real, the hardest thing I had to get through just happened last year. It just happened this last year. That shit about with me coming out here saying that woman slept with Rico. That is honestly, if I had to say, if somebody was to say, Demetra, what was the hardest thing you had to get through? That was the biggest. That was the one, believe it or not, that situation threw me for a fucking loop. That situation had me where I couldn't even barely cope. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? That situation had me wanting to go put my head in motherfucking sand. You know what I'm saying? That situation had me like I didn't fucked up my reputation. People ain't gonna trust me. I felt like that was the most hugest thing that I had to literally, I couldn't even, I had the same face in that moment. I had to regroup myself. I had to come back out here. I had to come out here and apologize. My apology was a flop because I ended up still cussing people out because of pride and ego. You know, but you know, unless you be in this situation like Trish, know when everybody talking about Trish and her beliefs trip, and then with the FBI and shit, Trish come out here and be laughing, but she got to feel a certain type of way. Why nobody ever believe me? Why am I? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she feel, but being a content creator around this part than anywhere else is not no easy task. And shout out to everybody. You know, we go through it. So anywho, that's all I have for you guys. I wanted to come on here talk about my little documentary. Hey, Diamond B. Yeah, you know, I done had a lot of stuff going on up here. I don't hardly have like embarrassing things happening no more because I'm sober and I'm just more aware of everything, you know. But yeah. So I just wanted to come on here and share with y'all my true crime documentary and let you guys know that I am on trial watch with Demetra. I will be, one of the things I'm working on is making sure I have other content to put over here, like our think tanks. I got to start back doing my think tanks where we talking about a story and we really talk it out, and I dropped the link. I got my true crime channel is growing and going. It's going good. So now I got to be able to split my attentions and come through on that lane because I still got a lot of people that support me over here and I want to definitely come through. But until we meet again tomorrow on the True Crime Channel, y'all like my new makeup? I love my new makeup. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Yeah, we had a good time back in the day, right? And I'm still having a good time. I just have to come out here and just like put on the lit lane content that I'm known for doing over here besides just the beef sector. This channel has been always more than just beef sector. You know, it's all my interests, it's everything like that. I think the Grammys are happening. If the are the Grammys today, y'all? Y'all let me know. Is the Grammys today? Because I know for a fact if it's the Grammy time, I will be coming on lit lane. We will be talking about the Grammy fashions, pure point blank. Y'all know I cover the red carpets. Maybe cover the performances, different stuff like that. So always let me know in the comments and commentary what y'all might want to see and talk about over here besides just the beef sector stuff. You know, it is today. Okay. Renee, catch the replay on the True Crime channel. So that's what we're gonna be doing over here on the land. We're gonna do the Grammy red carpet. I know we're gonna come on here and do that. So be looking forward to that. And I'm gonna let y'all go. My son finna get home, and I'm about to get busy getting ready for this next school week. Y'all be blessed. Don't be stressed. He can handle all the rest. True Crime, Little Lane Jury Box. Y'all will be summoned in the morning. Little Lane be looking for the Grammy red carpet live. All right. Bye, y'all. Hit the like on the way out. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks for watching. Do not forget click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Like, comment and share. See you next time.